Bang! Welcome everybody to Saturday Night Bang. As usual, we have Rob Farlow, aka the Stone Sailor, on board. What's up, shipmate?
What's going on? Hey, listen up. This ain't Saturday Night Fever. This ain't Saturday Night Live. It ain't Saturday night at your grandma's house. This is Saturday Night Bang.
Bang.
Now sit back in that overstuffed lazy boy chair you got, okay? Pop open a beer and learn something, Dickie. Tonight we got a great guest, Jay Surreal, and he's nice. A new kid on the block with auditing, and this guy right here, right out of the chute, just completely walked into an auditor's wet dream.
That's my brother from another brother from my hometown, Miami. I grew up in Miami, and I talked to this guy. It's like I've known him forever. So what's up, man? Welcome aboard.
And I'm marrying a girl from Miami, so there you go.
There you go. We're all related somehow.
Oh, I also want to thank everybody who's in the chat here. Thanks for everybody watching also right now and later on. Thanks for being here. Thanks to Leslie Sylvan, your stalwart support always.
Yes, Leslie's a big supporter, man. Thanks, Leslie.
Big time.
And Juan, Hussein Hassan. Thanks for being here, USMC Marine. Hoorah! Simplify. Cameras everywhere. Thanks for being here. I want to say thank you for everything that you do. Cameras everywhere. Just want to. I'll touch on that a little later. Well, why not right now? Thanks.
There you go.
Let me read this passage real quick before.
Go ahead. Start us off. Invocation.
Our passivity has resulted, however, in much more than imperial adventurism and a permanent underclass. A slow-motion coup by a corporate state has cemented into place a neo-feudalism in which there are only masters and serfs, and the process is one that cannot be reversed through traditional mechanisms of electoral politics. I'm not calling for anything. I'm just saying that's what they wrote in that awesome book.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, welcome aboard to Open Government Investigations.
How's it going?
Thanks for being here also, man. We're going to be hearing your story too, but first, let's hear Jay's bio.
What's up, everybody? I'm from Miami. 37 years old. I started auditing in the late December of 2020, a few months ago. And my brother is Spaz TV. He got me into watching videos. And I started watching videos in August of 2020. And then I just started watching all these auditors. I got really into it. It's very life-changing for me. And then San Joaquin Transparency was my first subscriber. He's the one that gave me a push, gave me a shout-out video. And from there on, it's been game on for me, bro. It's life-changing. Like I said, everybody should do it. We got to keep these police accountable, bro.
I agree totally. We need everybody to do this with us because they can't throw us all in jail. They throw a few of us in jail right now, but as we move forward, just holding a camera and keeping sure that we're not being abused, not just by police, but by our government officials cooking the books and taking money from us and wasting it. Good taxpayer. It's tax season now. Yeah. We got to pay a lot of money right now. We got to pay a lot of money for what? What's it going to? All those police cars that are sitting in the lot without anybody driving them. Why is that done? We see that so much. There's so many cars just sitting there.
It's going to keep people in jail for marijuana.
And corrupt cops.
Still.
When we say defund the police, I heard another channel say, hey, we wouldn't say anything like defund the police. That's ridiculous. Well, you know what? I say defund the police. I don't think we should get rid of police. That's disbanding police. I'm not talking about disbanding. I'm talking about defunding the overfunded part of the police, like the overtime that they give themselves, especially in their last year of service, so they could have that tagged onto their pension. It's however much you make on your highest year and your last year, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Your highest three. Your highest three.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. and your last year they really like rack it up. You know, they want you to, yeah, it's the waste. So to defend ourselves against those abuses, we have to have everybody out there. We have to make this ubiquitous.
Yes. Big time.
So again, welcome aboard to Open Government Investigations.
Echoing on your words too, Finn. I wanted to say that we also need the people to know that if you by chance see an auditor, maybe a cop pulls you over and you see an auditor, go ahead and give that auditor permission, because they're there trying to watch your back. You understand?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's with me. This girl's with me. All right. They can film. I have no problem with it. Okay.
Yeah. It's not just permission, just your consent. You know, it's not that, you know, permission. That's something you give to kids.
Yeah, for real.
You know, somebody corrected me in the comments early on when I was doing this. They were like, stop saying that you're allowed to do that. You're not a kid. Say it's your right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's right. Mm-hmm.
All right, OGI, formerly AKA, and you wanna tell us your bio real quick? Can you hear me?
Sorry.
Okay? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was trying to.
Welcome aboard.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Coffee.
Who are you? Your bio.
Oh, I guess just not a civil rights activist. I am a civil rights, I guess, independent journalist. Does that sound right?
Move over a little bit to your right, left.
Oh, wait,
left.
here.
No, wait. I want to see right behind you. What the fuck? What is that thing?
Oh, the bottle?
Is that a hammer and sickle?
It's literally the best vodka.
Vodka.
Whoa.
That's Soviet vodka.
The good stuff.
That's what Putin offered to Biden. To debate him. I got some vodka with debate. He'll probably do better drunk, Biden.
Possibly. I was gonna say. I mean, well, he might stumble up the stairs a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you're not Russian. You're not a communist. You just like good vodka.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. It's just my friend turned me on this stuff. He's like, dude, if you like vodka, you got to try this stuff. It is amazing.
Nice.
And
hey, Res Watch Audits, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining us. I just subbed your channel.
Nice.
So go ahead. Where are you from and all that when auditing?
Oh, okay. So I kind of got into this, I want to say probably about 6 years ago.
Okay.
Originally, it was just throwing the scanner on, you know, oh, there's a car accident? Cool. I'm going to go check it out. And then, I started kind of building up the courage, starting to kind of actually like document them, just start filming it. What really got me into cop watching was I noticed on my way to work, actually it was after I left work, I happened to be an extra that day, so I pulled seniority, was like, yep, I'm going to go home later. So I'm on my way home, and I'm coming up onto I-75, and I noticed that there were cops that were sitting on motorcycles on the sidewalk, and they were pulling people over as they were making a right turn on red. And I'm like, why are they pulling people over for doing that? Like, they could do that. So I happened to be getting on the highway, so went down 75, went up to the next exit, came back, and as I was coming up, I noticed that there was a sign that they had put way back off of the, where the intersection was, and it said no turn on red. It was a brand new sign, but it was so far back from the actual intersection that people just cruise by it, don't even see it. They make a right turn, and boom, they're getting tickets for it. So I pulled off, I went through, waited for the light to turn green, went on to, there's like a side street that runs along I-75. It's actually a street that I used to live on when I was a kid. So I went and parked in the neighbor's public easement, like right where the drainage ditch is. So I parked my car there, come walking up to the intersection, and I started filming. I didn't realize at the time that that intersection had just crap cell phone service because I was doing a live stream on Facebook, and I kept going back and forth through the intersection. So I'd hit the button, wait for it to turn. As soon as it was turning, it would stop the traffic from coming off I-75. And as I would go across the intersection, I tell people, don't go. They just put a new sign up. It's way back there. You're going to get a ticket. They've been giving people tickets like crazy. So I just felt like just going back and forth and just letting people know. So
Jeff Bray has walked up to the cops and said, "Hey, let me help you slow people down. All right."
Yeah.
Nice.
That's just a good neighbor policy. Go ahead. Good neighbor policy.
Yeah, so I was just like, you know what? Like, I didn't even see the sign. I wouldn't have even noticed it because it's so far back. So yeah, I keep going back and forth through the intersection, stopping people, hey, don't go. And I kept pointing like, there's cops over there. They just put a sign up. Just stop. So I'm doing that for about 5 minutes. And one of the motorcycle cops, or somebody kind of ignored what I was doing. They went, and then boom, motorcycle cop came off the sidewalk onto the road, went after him. And anyway, so I kept doing that back and forth. Well, I guess after that motorcycle deputy had finished his traffic stop, he proceeded to pull down that side street and went over by my car. And it's a convertible. I happen to have the top down. But I noticed he was kind of peeking like way into my car. And I'm like, no, you're not supposed to be doing that.
He's stretching that plain view doctrine.
Yeah.
He's stretching that plain view. That's what he's doing.
There was nothing in the car, but I was just like, nah, dude, like, you don't need to be. Yeah, so I ran down there and I'm like, can I help you, man? He was like, yeah. He's like, you're about to get a ticket for parking in an easement. You're not allowed to park on the right of way. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no signs that say I can't. He was like, oh, well, it's a county ordinance. I'm like, well, yeah, I know there's a county ordinance, but they have to put the signs up in order for it to be,
in this
effect.
spot.
Yeah, so
my car breaks down. What are you gonna do?
So he's like sitting on his little laptop, clicking away from it. And he's like, well, you're lucky that I ran out of ticket paper, or you'd be getting a ticket. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you know what? I'll move the car. There's like a little driveway down here that FDOT uses all the time. There's no signs that say you can't be there, so I'll just park my car there. So I drove the car down, parked it, came walking back up to the intersection. At that point, I forgot to get the the officer's name and ID. So come back up to the intersection. I'm waiting to cross. As I'm crossing, I'm telling people, don't go. And then go to start walking. Parts of it are available on Facebook. If you guys want to check it out, it's Open Government Investigations on Facebook. It's one of my live streams from, I want to say 2015, 2016. It was quite a while. Right? Yeah. So I get across the intersection, and the way it was, there was two that were sitting probably 30 feet away from the intersection, and there was the guy who was over by my car, and he had to go over the bridge, come back around, and get up on the sidewalk. So I walk up to the two cops, and I'm like, they were like, hey, man, like, you're doing our job for us. And I was like, yeah. It was like, I'm not gonna lie, you can't even see that sign until it's too late. Like, it's way back there, man. Like,
not fair.
Yeah. I was like, so I'm just warning people. He's like, well, you plan on being here all day? Because, I mean, if you're going to do our job for us, we'll just leave. And I was like, I mean, I'll be here for as long as you guys are here.
Yeah.
He was like, all right. And I was like, can I get you guys? Yeah. I was like, can I get you guys' name and ID? And they were like, yeah, sure. So they gave me their name and ID.
Is this Collier County Sheriff?
Yeah, this is Collier County. So I noticed that the what?
I just watched that video of when I went down there and worked with you.
Yeah.
I worked with James when he had just gotten. You want to talk about that injunction real quick? Can you?
Yeah, I can. So funny story. Was coming back from my concealed weapons class and driving home, and this truck comes from behind us. He's just riding riding my ass, and I'm like, dude, just go around, whatever. So he real quick cuts around, gets in front, slams on the brakes. So I hit the horn, flash the light, like, dude, like, what the hell? So he does it again. I lay on the horn. I'm like, dude, like, what the hell is this guy's problem? Like, I'm in the far right lane, so it's not like I'm blocking the left lane or going slow. Like, I was literally doing the speed limit.
You're getting brake checked in the slow lane.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we both make a turn onto Randall Boulevard, and as we're coming around the crest, he does it again. Like, he brake checks me, so I hit the horn. He completely locks up his brakes, comes to a stop. I have my window down, and he comes walking up out of the truck, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" And he just starts wailing in.
What?
Well,
yeah.
I don't know exactly. I heard a female yell like, stop. And I could have sworn it was coming from the truck because I didn't see a car behind us. Definitely saw a truck in front of us, not the car. So,
Who's that guy's dad?
oh, that would be Sergeant Folkroad.
Falkenberg.
No,
Yeah,
the one from your video.
the one
Yeah.
from the video.
Oh
Yeah.
The
my
worst tyrant I
God.
ever run into.
Wow.
Wait,
So-
who started it? Somebody was hitting you?
Yeah, I had my window down. He locked his brakes, got out of the car, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" And he
Okay.
just boom, just didn't say anything. He just reaches in the window and just starts
started
punching.
smashing you. He clearly lost.
Road Ranger, probably.
Yeah.
He
So
lost. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so this female starts screaming like, "Stop! Just go!" So he runs back to the truck. I'm like, "Nope, I'm chasing your ass." So he had a Washington State tag, and it was like, I want to say probably 9 or 10 characters long.
And
So-
I lived there, and those are some of the most laid back people in
Yeah,
America.
Wow.
so you know, calling 911. I said, "Hey, I'm headed eastbound on Randall Boulevard towards 8th Street. I said I was just assaulted in a road rage accident." Said, "Dude just kept brake checking me. I honked on the horn. He finally locked up his brakes after brake checking me. Came out, punched me right through my window, and took off." I said, "Let me give you the tag real quick." So I gave him the tag. It was all 10 characters of what it was. I chased him around for about 15 minutes, trying to, tell him like, we're here, we're going this fast. This is where we're at. So we get up onto this like really way out there road called DeSoto, and he stops in the middle of the road for like a good, I would say probably 10 seconds, just long enough for someone. This is why I know for a fact she wasn't in her car, she was in the truck, because it's stopped and parked for a good 10 seconds, which is just long enough for somebody to hop out of the passenger seat, run around the truck, and then run across the street. So I didn't really realize it at the time, but that was actually where they lived. So, and again, I didn't realize that until after, we went to court and everything. So
Yeah, and,
anyway.
and you filed an injunction against them, right?
Yeah, like the
And
state
that
attorney's office.
injunction entails anybody.
Yeah, there was like no third party contact or anything. But here's where it gets a little like tricky. So the state attorney's office, or anyway, so we ended up catching the guy. The guy tries to deny it, and the cops are like, dude, he literally said your tag verbatim, like, and he described you to a T. Like, we're pretty sure he's not lying.
Do you have any
But it's
marks on
funny.
your face at this time? Were you bleeding? Any marks?
Yeah. It was small laceration on my lip. I was bleeding.
Okay.
The cop was like, "Yeah, no, he was definitely punched." And it was funny because he was asking, he's like, what were you coming from?" I was like, "Well, actually, I was just coming back from my concealed weapons class." And he was like, "Dude, why didn't you shoot him? This would have been like the perfect time to shoot somebody in self-defense. Like, you literally
They
just
told me that
class."
before.
I was
You
like,
read
"Man, I
my
don't know."
mind because I'm thinking this guy hit the freaking lottery. Because if he'd have ran into my car, I would have shot him dead with my 380 right now. He'd have been gone. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
is so lucky. You
it's one
better
of those
pray to
spur of the moment
God.
things where you're just kind of like in shock. Like, did this really just happen? Like, I kind of like looked at the passenger in the car and I was like, what? Like, this dude just punched me and like, that's it.
Well, he better start playing the freaking lottery because he's a lucky mother. He must be Irish.
No, I think they're.
Happy belated St.
I'm
Patty's
not sure
Day,
what
everybody
ethnicity
out
they
there.
are, but no. But anyway, so they end up, they had me, get in the back of the car, drive down to the street that they had him pulled over to do like the positive ID, and they're like, is that the guy? And I was like, yeah. He changed his shirt though, because he's wearing a white T-shirt, but this time he was wearing a long sleeve shirt, and then he was wearing a white T-shirt.
So
I was like,
after he
that's it.
assaulted you, he had enough frame of mind to change shirt.
Yep. Yeah, or that, or he like took his overshirt off or whatever. But yeah,
well, there goes his insanity defense.
Yeah.
But
So
the responding agency was the Collier County Sheriff's Office also?
yeah. So a couple of days go by after the arrest, and I get a call from the state attorney's office, and I'm like, hi, my name's Jessica Horowitz. I'm with the state attorney's office. So normally it would be a state attorney, or like the way she would be like a normal state attorney that would take the case. However, this is actually a very special circumstance. I actually represent cases involving federal agents. And I was like, federal agents?
Wow.
She's like, the guy who assaulted you is a U.S. Marshal.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah. So come to find
Falkenberg's
out,
family is all Leo. Like they're
Yeah.
all yeah.
Well, now they're trying to squash it.
yeah. So, well,
Bad
and
Leo.
yeah, I
Bad
didn't
Leo.
realize it, but the Jessica Horowitz definitely did some dirty stuff behind the scenes that she didn't inform me of, because
Sure.
because she was like, how do you want to proceed with this? I said, well, I definitely press charges. I mean, I'm not trying to put the dude away for a long time, but like
You don't even say
the
that. I
punishment
want to
definitely
press
needs.
charges in full. Whatever happens to him is up to the
Yeah.
judge. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with you. But
Yeah,
And
so
we have a lot to cover today. I wanted to like kind of like surmise that this is
we got to get the J.
summarize. There we go. I want to summarize. This is they've
Man, that's
targeted
not
you
cool.
in that community. A lot of people say, "Oh, targeted citizen," but I went down there and I saw like what happened as soon as that guy got off the elevator. He had his cam back out. This is the father. He brought his phone out because he was looking for trouble. And I was just like, sir, what do you think that flag means to you? What do you think it means? Like,
That guy's terrible.
yeah, well, I'm asking the questions here. What do you think? Like,
the best was when they snatched your camera, man.
If you're watching this, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he is.
I think he retired.
So did you put
did he?
charges? What happened with the case? What was
So basically, I was like, obviously, like, I don't want him walking away scot-free, but I mean, at the same time, like, I'm not trying to put him away for a long time. She was like, well, my recommendation then would be 3 years state probation, mandatory anger management, no drugs, alcohol. So I think it was daily drug and alcohol tests through probation. And, he had to, if he completed all 3 years without, any incidences, then, the charges would be withdrawn.
Okay,
I was like,
so
that's fine.
Pre-trial intervention, they call it.
Yeah. So,
I got to feel it again. It's important.
Yeah, they're going to allow him to
story
avoid a conviction on his record.
But
I mean, she's like, the guy's working on becoming a U.S. Marshal. He's already, on his way in. Like, he definitely made a mistake, and he's realized that. Yeah, I don't. And so I was like, what? I agree. I'm not trying to completely ruin this dude's life, but at the same time,
and that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like that guy got a sentence, right? Whatever. You have become a pariah in your community, not only with the sheriff's department who went after you at your job, that you had a great job for a great company, and they targeted you. They went and sent information to your boss unsolicited. The sheriff's department did, and got you fired.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is they tried to get me fired. They tried to get me fired, but I didn't get fired.
Wow.
Well, they're targeting.
Got a nice little settlement out of it. Basically, they tried to fire me. The union fought back, and we were like, "Yeah, no, you fire me for constitutionally protected activity." Literally, all I did was place a phone call to the non-emergency line because there was a vehicle that kept parking in the parking garage of the Ritz-Carlton for the delivery dock.
We saw that vehicle doing that. We always call them out on it, and that's what I was gonna say is that you're a stickler for sticking to the book, and that's something that you were pointing out in this recent incident that you had. Yeah. So when I went down there, we get records. We're records hounds. You like records. I like records.
Yep.
Government accountability likes records. You went in there and they changed the records laws or how you could access the records department from when we visited to your next visit after that.
Yes.
That little corridor was like the close, and this is
so they tried to say that where the central records window is, the publicly accessible central records window was a secured area, and that nobody could go there with cameras.
And this is before COVID. Area. This is before any of that stuff. So then on top of that, you go up to this car recently and you saw that it was running and it had its window open, right?
Yep, which is a violation of Florida statute.
Right. Let me show that video here, if you don't mind. Do you mind if I share that video?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Share screen here with the audio. Look at this.
Go for a cruise. Any reason why he has his window open with the vehicle?
this car is totally open, running with the window open.
Yeah.
All that personal information available right there.
Down at running? Yeah, but I mean,
No, it's not open.
is it department policy to leave a car running unattended with the window open? You can take that light out of my face.
Well, you can take the phone out.
In California, this is against the
Wow.
law. It's against the Bain Act.
Yeah.
He's still violating his First Amendment right. He's trying to restrict his
Ability to document what's going on.
right, and
Yeah.
really for no reason. He's not
Street.
Yeah.
like doing.
Like I happened to see it. I wasn't even I automatically was filming because I knew I was going to be dealing with a law enforcement officer. Honestly, didn't even think anything was going to happen. I actually went there to be like, yo, dude, you left your car running, window open. I mean, maybe, I was listening to the scanner, so I knew he was, there responding to something. But, I was going in it like, dude, like, you probably were going a little too fast. Probably didn't realize it. You left your window open, man. We all make mistakes. It's whatever. So,
Yeah.
it's just next time, just double check, like anybody could
Yeah,
seriously.
reminders.
Yeah, and
I
you
want to
can-
say those cars are valued at like $60,000-$70,000 with all the equipment in
It's
it.
just
So-
called having some,
like, you know what,
having
citizen,
some-
you're correct.
have some humility. You know what? You're right. I just
Yeah.
screwed up.
But
Yeah,
it's-
exactly. And that's honestly all I thought it was going to be was like, oh, hey,
Seriously? What's your name and badge number?
Right there.
Name and badge number right
Right
now.
there. Right now what? Right now what?
Give me your name and badge
Right now
number.
what?
Name and badge number.
Can you
Disengage.
read? Disengage.
All it says City of Naples Police Officer.
Disengage?
Yes.
Disengage?
Disengage.
What does disengage mean?
Back off.
Why
Yeah.
did you back up from me?
You do realize that you are violating a.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What am I violating? You tell me what I'm
Smith
violating.
v. City of Cummings.
What?
Yeah. You want a federal lawsuit?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. Give me your name and ID.
760.51.
And I don't have to give you my
Department of Policy. You are required to give your name and ID. Really? You want to go talk to your chief?
Go have at it.
All right.
What did you call me?
Thought you had
Oh, wow, you're a tough guy.
Oh yeah, you're a tough guy too. You think because you got that badge, like, oh, you can do whatever you want.
How about I say?
You triggered him.
There you go.
How about I say, buddy?
So,
You too, bro.
real quick,
That guy was.
you'll notice that
I
from
would've called him that
where
too.
I was standing before he came up to where I was moving to, you'll notice that I'm actually moving away, but he keeps moving closer. Now,
Yeah.
again, from the very get-go, I'm cordial. I'm very cordial. I'm just like, dude, like, can you get the light out of my face? No. Okay, well, give me your name and badge number now. And he's like, oh, well, he starts getting confrontational. Again, I'm still trying to remain calm, whatnot, but I'm not going to lie. Him constantly moving up at me and putting the flashlight closer and closer into my face to the point where now
Yeah.
I'm starting to get blind. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be cordial anymore.
Intimidation.
He's lucky you
this
didn't
guy-
have epilepsy. He's lucky
Yeah,
you didn't have
honestly-
epilepsy.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too is like, the very first audit that I did was at the Naples Police Department back in 2015. And literally within a few minutes of being there, the
Sorry.
Hey.
unsolicited ads. No. So the very first time I went and actually audited was at the Naples Police Department headquarters. And within a few minutes of being there, the chief of police actually came out and was like, hey, I know what you're doing. You're one of those First Amendment auditors. And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, I think you'd be, happy to know I've actually trained my officers on, the First Amendment, the right to record and all that. He says, we take a very progressive approach in how we do our policing, and if you ever have any questions or you have any comments, he says, I'm always open. You can literally come down here, say, hey, I need to speak to the chief. I noticed something. I witnessed something. Please come forth. Let me know. We'll look into it. We're not afraid of opening investigations and
Let
doing
me
things.
ask you a question. How did
Yeah.
that hand job feel?
Well, see, that's the crazy thing was for like literally for 5 years, I filmed them a lot. Nothing but professionalism, courtesy, all that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually used to use Naples Police Department as like the shining example of what a law enforcement agency should do. If you watch
Did he
any of my old videos,
Did that chief transfer somewhere or something?
he's a really laid back guy. He's very calm, talks very soft. He's very, he's just a very sound person. Like, it's just, I don't know how to describe it, but if you watch any of my old videos from my old channel, Southwest Fort Worth Accountability Project, dealing with Fort Myers Police Department, whenever they would act out of line, I'd be like, dude, like, why can't you guys be like Naples Police Department? Their guys, like, literally, they never give us any beef. They never get us any trouble. You know, they just do their job. They don't stop what they're doing and be like, oh, you know, you're interfering or anything like that. You know, why can't you guys be like them? So for years, I was using Naples Police Department as the shining example. So, you know,
maybe
when I'm here in this
having
situation,
a bad day.
yeah. So I mean, like, I'm here in this situation, not thinking, you know, anything's gonna happen. I'm like, you know, it's Naples Police Department. Dude's just gonna come and be like, oh, dude, my bad, dude, and like, that's it. But nope. Dude
Now,
just
watch this.
pops off.
So the local news, this NBC2, said that you could do an interview with them, and they didn't tell you that they were gonna, you know, throw you under the bus and sandbag you.
Yeah, so I want to say we probably did a Zoom interview for like a good 30 minutes, and literally the whole time, just like I'm telling you guys, you know, she asked, you know, what happened, and I told her what happened. I was like, you know, I was really shocked, and then I was telling her about how for past, you know, 5-6 years that I've been doing this, that Naples Police Department was like the shining example. You know, the chief was excellent, amazing. I've never had any issues with them, and this just kind of just blew my mind. I was like, this is just shocking. You know, it definitely doesn't represent how Naples Police Department has, you know, acted.
Right.
Doesn't stand for what their vision statement is and all this. Like, you just, I don't know what
So
the hell happened, but it happened.
You told that to the news, and now let's watch this in all fair use.
Let's hear.
Oh, can we not hear it?
A Naples police
There we
officer
go.
is now under investigation for this video. James Carroll confronted an officer at Baker Park, and the exchange got heated.
Heated because that guy was walking up to him with a flashlight. Now I'm going to stop and give my commentary to do fair use.
NBC2's Jennifer Douglas uncovers what led to what is now an internal investigation.
We all know how those always turn out. Internal investigations are something that we have to. That's something we have to disband. Is internal affairs. Even though
there definitely needs to be a third party.
I love you, Pepito.
And you know what? And also if you the internal affair, look, anybody that investigates itself is a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
But internal affairs in and of itself, you're taking cops in that department and you're telling them they have to bust other cops. If you eliminated it all together as a department, I think it would be a lot better too. Because that way nobody, you know,
at the same time, they're also playing really good politics. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob, but I have someone I know who is an internal affairs cop, and he was a team player all the way through high school, always a team player, and they see that. And as a team player, they want a team player.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy, he did wrong, but we need you to be a team player on this one.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, internal affairs is the doorway to management. If you come up through the ranks in patrol, maybe you go. Some people go to K9, bomb, all that stuff, explosives, drug interdictions, all these units. The people that come up through internal affairs are groomed. They know who these people are like early on. So they are the team players. Exactly. So they
done something like unimaginable, you know what I mean? And that's something that they can't usually blue line cover up for. So that's what you're talking about, is when they actually go after their own with internal affairs, it's usually for something really bad, not for other stuff that they get away with every day.
They're gonna forgive minor mistakes and stuff, but and depending on if they like you or not too, because you might be on the Chiefs' bad side just because you and him had words, but then you get jammed up in something, and that chief whispers in the ear of the detective and IA and go, jam him up. You know what I'm saying? Stick him. Because he just has a personal grudge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
those people that come out of internal affairs, those are the ones that become captains and assistant chiefs and chiefs. That's the doorway. IA.
Wow.
That's
she's the typical mainstream media, the self-proclaimed either activist or journalist, self-proclaimed auditor, self-proclaimed. You know what? I didn't come up with that. I'm just saying you asked me, and I don't know how to define. I say I'm a gonzo journalist. There's no, I'm not objective. I have to be part of the story sometimes, so I can't claim that. Let's watch this.
March 10th, he was listening in on his own police scanner that something was happening
Totally
here at
legal.
Baker Park and NPD was responding. So he decided to check things out himself.
Why not?
I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
I'm done with you. ID number now.
Now, right there, is that professional? I'm done with you. I'm done with you to talk to.
That's like that. That's like that Philly, Brooklyn, like where I grew up. Like, I'm done with you. Get out of my. I'm done with you. It's
Well,
like,
and the worst part about it is that's after he had started his whole, I'm not gonna take the light out of your face, I don't have to give you my name and badge number.
you
It's
got
just
under
it's constantly
yeah,
going.
look, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was after like the heated thing and him
That
constantly
trip,
moving.
Tony
And here's the
was
best part
intense
too. Well, I was gonna say that first officer that actually came up and asked if I needed assistance with anything. I told him about the car being unlocked. That guy actually grabbed Officer Reyes, had him up against Officer Reyes's car, and told him to stop.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So they don't
Yeah,
even show any of this in the
You
news
should have
report.
listened.
exchange between Carol and the person on your screen, Naples police officer Reyes. All of it uploaded onto Carol's YouTube channel titled Open Government Investigations.
Like and
This
subscribe.
video, among several others on the page, making allegations against
Like
law
Mike
enforcement
Sergeant Harris
agencies.
case.
Carol says he hit record when he arrived to Baker Park.
I was walking up, I noticed, there was a police car there, and it was running, but I didn't see anybody in there. But I also noticed that the window was down.
Accuser.
Carol
Yeah,
decided to
accuser.
take it upon himself to watch the car. Moments later, the video shows Officer Reyes return.
I gotta stop again for fair use. That was kind of shady for them to throw that shade. You're an accuser.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Shining his flashlight into the camera.
Yeah, that's not fair.
No.
Then, Carol demands Officer Reyes to give him his name and badge number. When
Fire
Officer
Department
Reyes
policy.
refuses, threatening to call someone to arrest Carol for disorderly conduct, Carol goes off on a profanity-laced tirade.
I'm expressing my First Amendment rights.
Yeah. But after this guy, like, he's the one who went off on the aggressive charging at you with a light in your face.
Exactly. And I still remain calm.
Yeah, you're a f***ing punk, you know that?
Carol
He is a
then
punk,
calls
he is
MPD's non-emergency line. A supervisor arrived trying to defuse the situation. That
Which is
night,
false.
Carol filed a
Look.
formal complaint.
Handling it the way he did.
Did you see that part where the guy was like pushing him back?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not on here. They
To me,
They don't
that
show
was
it on
just-
here.
it was unprofessional.
Mike Carr, retired Collier County Circuit Court judge, now
Mike Carr, retired judge. This
with
guy,
a broken website.
how many people up the river?
criminal defense attorney, says this was all instigated by Carol.
The First Amendment crusader, whatever he calls himself, was deliberately
I don't think anybody has ever called themselves that.
provocative
I'm gonna own
and
that.
hostile, and he used foul language towards the officer.
Earlier this morning, we reached out to
Yeah. What a hit job.
NPD to determine whether their investigation is linked to the events that we just showed to you, but they have not gotten back to us.
Yeah. So what I wanted to point out in this is something that we've seen in a lot of places. I was talking to James Madison Audits about it. I was talking to you guys about it, that in a lot of police departments and sheriff's offices, there are PIOs who are former news agents. People who used to work at a news agency and they ended up getting that cushy on the government teat job instead of just worrying about, am I going to come up with a story? All they got to do is sit back, let you and me and everybody watching this pay for them to, obstruct justice. They know what obstacles a journalist has as far as public records. So they'll shuffle away the police chief when I'm asking him a very pertinent question about body cams. And when will people be allowed or obligated to activate them? You turn it on, even if there's a victim in front of you, let the records department turn it off or redact it. You record everything if you're an officer with a body cam. So these people, like this lady at this place, was shuffling off the captain or the police chief when I was asking him that. And then I hear about another one, and they don't want to give out public records about a firefighter who beat up his girlfriend, and they cited the records law saying that their information is supposed to be private. on tax records and stuff like that. But if they commit a crime, they're not supposed to be kept confidential. So the Tampa Police Department PIO came up with that bullshit, and she's a former news person. So these people are all over the place, and they're working against our transparency. We need transparency to make sure that the stuff that we've seen all over the place stops. We got to change this. We got to change this with eyes on what's going on. So James,
what you were saying, also the whole X factor too. Everybody knows everybody in these departments. Yeah. It's like freaking Cheers, all right? Everybody's fucking everybody. Everybody knows everybody's fucking crazy shit. And this lady's dating this girl's brother's married to this guy. It's the truth. It's a freaking soap opera. You guys don't see it, but it's a soap opera in there.
Okay. So my mom used to work for the sheriff's office, and she was sexually harassed and not assaulted, but she was almost sexually assaulted, but she was sexually harassed by another fellow officer.
Yeah, I had a friend that was a female CO at one of these counties over here, and she was sexually harassed by her lieutenant.
Yeah.
So she
the
was.
sad thing is there was a witness to it. Yeah, it's like there was an actual witness to it that went with her to, complain about it. And he literally just got a slap on the wrist. He's retired now, got his pension. And it's like,
wow,
interesting. And the best part is he's a YRD deputy, which is a youth relations deputy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's one of them babysitters,
bro.
The kid. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing with us, and everybody, please go like and subscribe to Open Government Investigations. It used to be Southwest Accountability Project, if you remember him from then. And are you still doing the lo-fi hip hop thing?
I was having some server issues, but then again, I'm kind of self-hosting here at home. But I'm actually working on some infrastructure. I'm in talks right now with a few data centers trying to get some quotes. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks again for sharing with us.
Absolutely.
We want to give time to Jay to talk about the injustice he suffered.
Well, yeah. Hey, look. Hey, I love you. Hey, I love you. Open Government. I love you, but you were a great appetizer for because we got to get this man.
No, but this is all on the plate. This is all on the plate of South Florida. You go for a little bit south,
plate,
and it's just.
But this right here is the main event story. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's something. It's something.
You always hear about Florida Man. Florida Man happens in Central and North Florida. You never hear about Florida Man in Miami. Very, very seldom do you hear about him because they cover it up.
Yeah.
They cover it up down there. There's all kinds of stuff. People selling alligator in front of public.
Very bad.
They'll only let you hear about one instance of that, but people sell alligators in front of publics all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy over here, bro.
It's
big time.
People killing each other over Kool-Aid.
Yeah. You got all these mixed cultures. That's what happens. And you mix them all together.
There was a Kool-Aid recipe dispute murder. Yeah.
People got murdered over these men.
Jade, you grew up in Miami, and you know what I know about those tyrants. And so this interaction that we're going to watch here is with the Miami-Dade Police Department. Now, Miami-Dade County doesn't have they have a sheriff's office, but I guess just to evict people. They don't actually have.
They're supposed to. They're supposed to be sheriffs.
They're going to start doing an elected sheriff, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to. They're supposed to be sheriffs now.
Yeah, but there's no sheriff yet.
Right? Yeah, no, not yet. But there was already talk about. As I can
remember, Miami Dade Police was Metro Dade Police before.
Yeah,
and there's City of Miami, which is different, and there's City of Miami Beach and City of Coral Gables, and
they have a bunch of different. They have Aventura, they have West Miami, South Miami. There's a bunch of different departments.
And you just went to the Naranja one, or where?
I went to the Municipal Center. It was in
Cooper. Where's Cooper?
Palmetto Bay.
Palmetto Bay? No.
That's where I was at. Palmetto Bay. I went to the Municipal Center in Palmetto Bay.
True Leave. I have stock in True Leave, so yes. Disclaimer.
Well, this one of the viewers wanted to see what I was.
You were going to file a complaint against. What was that? Florida
Huh?
City. Florida City police?
No, where I got arrested was
No.
Palmetto Bay.
That was Miami-Dade police. I'm talking about the most recent one where
Oh, with the Sergeant Harris, that was Florida City. It was like the same thing that happened with OGI. The same thing. It's
Florida
similar.
City.
Similar. They had to get. He was a sergeant, and they had to get a regular officer to de-escalate the situation. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's up there on my channel.
So I'm just trying to give like a geographic location of Florida City is really out in the boondocks. As far as I remember, there was nothing out there except like inlets to the little swamp areas and the river of grass. And there was a guy named Robert Platshorn, the black tuna. He's a big promoter of medical marijuana, especially for the senior community. He spent 30 plus years in federal prison for it. He was one of the square grouper people back in the 70s in Florida. There's a movie by a friend of mine, Billy Corbin. He produced Square Grouper. He also produced Cocaine Cowboys. He directed it.
Oh yeah, Billy Corbin. Yeah.
So the Florida City is where they used to lose the cops. They would take their airboats and bring in the square groupers that they would get out in the water, and the cops would. There was a point of no return that the cops would turn around and they'd be like, "We don't know those waters. We don't know that. Mom, we gotta go. We gotta let them go." So that's Florida City. That's where you were.
Yeah.
Now, the day that you got arrested that we're gonna see here, where was this?
That was in Palmetto Bay.
Palmetto Bay.
Yeah, it was the Municipal Center in Palmetto Bay. And Rice Krispie, really quick, I want to give a shout out to Rago Monkey, man. I promised him that. And guys, I don't want to forget about him, bro. That's my partner.
My Dominican brother, Rago Monkey. We all were worried about him when he didn't post for a while. So San Joaquin said, "Hey, man, you guys, how far is he from you?" I said, "Oh, bro, he's not too far. We'll go." And I called Big Nick, and Big Nick was down, and I called a whole bunch of people, and we all were going to go and like rescue this guy from being kidnapped and stuff, and like we're all there, like, yeah, let's do this. And he shows up in the comments, he's like, yeah, let's do this. What we're rescuing you, guy. Where'd you come from? He's like, I've been here the whole time. I'm fine.
Wow.
So, yeah, shout out to Rago Monkey. Go like and subscribe to his channel.
Nice.
But yeah, so tell us what happened here, man. You just went and were recording the police station, right?
Yeah. And they weren't even open. They were closed. So I just stayed filming the outside of the building. And then this girl that works there, Carla Morales, asked me, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm filming. Like, who are you?" I said, "No, who are you? You got to play the video so you'll see." Yeah. And she started saying that I was asking her personal information. So you guys tell me if I was doing that or not. I wasn't asking no personal information. I just asked her name and if she worked there.
Different kind of vehicles.
Where, in here? In the beginning?
Vehicles. Let me see.
Let me see.
This one?
Right there. Okay, a little bit before that.
You're supposed to identify yourself. I don't know who you are. You're asking me what am I doing? I don't know who you are.
And when people say that by law the cops don't have to identify themselves, they do. The law is the open records law. That's a readily available open record that we're asking for. You are not allowed to roam our streets with a badge and a gun and not let me know who you are.
Yeah, and asking who I am and what am I doing. Who are you? Identify yourself.
That's departmental policy to identify yourself. They know that.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm asking you, do you work here? Yeah. Exactly. And I ask you, what's your name? So if I do need help, I'm talking. If I do need help, I can say, Laura, let's pretend, help me. You understand?
Laura.
Thank you very much.
No me interrumpas.
Laura.
All right. So right around here, these guys jump on you.
Yeah, you'll see. Right around there.
Police officer.
You just minding your own business and literally your own business. This is our business.
Yep.
In the parking lot.
Just film.
Vehicles.
Pretty cool.
So they have marked vehicles.
I already saw with the corner of my eye that they were coming.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Can we help you?
No,
No, I don't need help. Thank you.
Mr.
Not here, sir.
You're interrupting my video. Hold on.
No, actually, I need to speak to you, sir, please.
Give me a second.
That's beautiful.
Am I detained right now?
Right now, you're on.
I love what John Felix said about this guy. That I think it was John Felix who said that he looks like he's wearing like underoos on his face.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
It's public, right?
Government property.
It's public, right?
What's going
It's
on?
public, right?
Sir, what's going on?
Nothing is public. Am I detained or can I
Are
go?
you filming? What are you filming?
What does it look like I'm filming?
I don't know.
Right now I'm filming you.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now I'm filming you. What's your name and your badge number, both of you?
My
Look
name
at
is
his face.
Collins. My badge number is 7953 with the Miami-Dade Police Department.
Thank you very much. What's your name and your badge number?
And he's an idiot who thinks that he's like so right. I'm just gonna give you my name because I know nothing's gonna happen. Guess what?
Yeah.
You don't fucked up.
Awesome.
We told you what we're doing here. What are you doing here, sir?
Mind
I
your
don't
own
have to
business.
answer that.
I think it's a fair question.
But I don't have to answer that. That's the difference between me and you. I don't have to answer that. You do.
Actually, we don't.
No, you do have to answer. It's part of your policy.
So here, when you're on government property,
Which is
you need
paid by who? Who pays this? Who pays this?
Who pays? Do you live in the
No. Who pays? That's none of your business. Who pays this? Who pays this? Who pays this? Who pays this? Listen, I'm talking, not you. Who pays this?
Do you want me to answer you?
Who pays this?
Home Middle Bay residents.
Okay, and who's that? Who's that? Taxpayers, right? All you need to know is that I'm a taxpayer. That's it. That's all you need to know. Am I detained or am I free to go?
What I'd like you to do is.
Am I detained or am I free to go? It's simple. It's simple. Am I detained? All right, if you're not gonna answer me, I'm gonna go. Simple.
Where you gonna go? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, I want to talk about how right there, Rob. What do you think?
Yeah.
Should they have stuck around with this guy? He says, "Am I detained? Am I free to go?" Okay, I'm gonna go. Doesn't that like tell you as a cop? All right, we got him. We won. Let's take the W and fucking leave. Even though they didn't win, you didn't do anything like subservient or anything. You were just moving on because geez, enough. These guys were going overboard and escalating, and you felt that. Treat every situation differently and dynamically is what I say when I do this. There's some situations where you stand your ground there. There's other ones where you just want to show how crazy they're being. But let me just walk away a little bit. Look at this fucking guy.
But he says, you notice in the video, he says, "Hey, what are you filming?" So right there, he knows I'm filming. He just said it.
Yeah,
and
right.
then you notice he says it. So that's why I just kept messing with him because he was just asking stupid questions now.
And it also indicates what he has a problem with,
Yeah.
Finn, I'm not seeing the video. Oh, there it is. Okay.
You gonna follow me? You wanna hold my hand? I don't like officers standing behind me. This is for my safety because this day and age.
Look how jumpy he
I
is.
gotta film everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I love the this day and age thing.
I'm gonna get a public request on that body cam. Alrighty. So I'm almost done, and I'll be free to go into it.
They gave you all that body cam, right?
Oh, you're free.
Well,
Thank you very much.
this
Thank you very much.
the lawyer has it.
Got you.
You know I'm gonna FOIA that, right? That's your personal phone. If you erase that,
FOIA is federal.
Yep.
you know that that's a crime. Just so you know. All right, look it up. All right.
Absolutely.
I don't understand what's the problem. You guys are scared of a camera? Is that what it is? If I didn't have a camera right now, would it be a problem? I'm just looking around.
All we needed to do was figure out what's
I'm just looking around. Period. What's the problem? Is there a problem with that?
No, we're just hanging around.
So if I didn't have a camera, nothing would happen, right?
He looks like a pig.
I'm just telling you that we had people that were concerned. So
Okay.
we unchecked.
Alrighty, and you need to just tell them this is a perfectly legal activity. It's my First Amendment, freedom of the press. Actually, I'm with the press,
Okay.
so that's what it is.
Do you have your press pass with you?
Actually, it's in.
Does anybody have their press pass with them tonight?
Yeah.
Years?
Yeah.
Look what I tell him.
Hey, you want me? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
1 second.
Absolutely.
Did you pull out your middle finger?
Look, it's this.
No, this was a good move, Jay.
Oh yeah.
I would have been like,
Good move, Jay. Good move, Jay.
Thanks, bro.
yes.
In the police report, you know that in the police report they put that when they asked me to get the press credentials, I didn't give them the correct press credentials. That's what they put on the police report. And I gave them the wrong press credentials.
The most correct press credentials.
43. Okay.
And it's they are freedom of the press.
Okay,
and that right there, you know who gets press passes? Nobody. Because freedom of the press means that everybody's press, just like freedom of speech. So what you're doing right now,
that is true, and it's a shame. Take that fucking badge off. That you don't know that.
And that Marvel mask.
Right? Take those little kids' underwears off your face.
You're asking me for a pass to speak because I have freedom of speech. So I'm freedom of press. It's the same thing. All right. Thank you very much.
Now he's not asking me for anything.
I do have it. When I was born, that was my pass. You understand? There you go. Yep. That's what it is.
You're free to leave whenever you like, sir.
Thank you very much. And I will FOIA that. So do not erase it because that is a crime. It's on camera. I'm letting you know. All right, and I'm gonna FOIA that body cam too. I want to know what they told you, so I'm gonna FOIA that.
See, they were talking about that girl Carla at that time. That's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, for my safety this day and age, I don't like officers walking behind me. So I film everything because this day and age, you know. All right.
I love that.
That's right. Always this thing.
Yeah. Don't run with scissors. Yeah, watch. Look both ways. I don't need the directives. Take the directives and shove them up your ass.
There you go. That's what we call in Miami a tapaboca.
For real.
That's a mouth shutter upper. That should have shut him up.
Big
but
time.
they're so fucking defiant.
They're so ignorant.
Defiant against reason. Just so accustomed to having their way with people. They wanted to manipulate you and hold you against your will, even though you have done nothing wrong.
Nothing. They just didn't like the way I was speaking to them. They didn't like that they had nothing on me. So
right. So they keep following you, and this goes on.
2 blocks away, and then they detained me there. They grabbed me and literally tried to sit me down, and then I got back up after like a minute of sitting.
Good.
Because I was like, why the hell am I sitting? Like, I haven't even done anything. So I get right back up.
Yeah, they like that, bro. Nasty Nathaniel was just here from California, and we went and we saw a cop watch where they had a guy sitting behind the back bumper of his car. They had him sitting down.
You know, that's all psychological. You know that, right?
Yeah, I shouted at him. I said, hey, sir, why do they have you sitting on the car? Why don't you get up? And they told me
to. You're more submissive that way.
Yeah, they literally grabbed me and put me. You'll see it in the video. This guy literally grabs my shoulder and sits me down, and I get back up.
Is that training, Rob?
Depends on the department, but these guys were just. It was like Larry Moe and Curly.
Yeah,
and. I mean, we're not even to the part yet where they read him his rights and arrest him.
Right.
I think, honestly, the bottom line is they saw him. You know, he's a tattoo artist. He's got tattoos. And they were like, oh, he's got to be up to no good. And they just zeroed in on you like a dog with a bone.
Yeah, bro, I was actually thinking about that the other day. Like,
that's exactly what happened.
You have some facial tattoos. And a lot of people, like, they give you a lot of
see, they don't. Here's the thing. They look at you.
That, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, every day they look at you, bro. Always. They look at you. I'm being honest. They look at you and they're like, "This guy's a dirtbag," but they don't know that you're a father, a husband. You have a tattoo career. They don't fucking care about that. They just take one look at you and they're like a dog with a bone. He's got to be up to no good. Even though he's got that phone, I bet he has drugs on him. He's got something. Let's follow his car. Let's search his car. He's got to have something. He's got to be into something bad.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Because I was thinking about that, and it's a secondary thought to me. Like, I don't judge you. I expect you to have a family or anything, you know? I just thought, like, man, when these people see him with the tattoos, should he tell him some shit? Like, what if I was fucking Maori? What if this was part of my culture? Are you going to give me a hard time about that shit? That's what you should tell him the next time. Like, do you have a problem with this? What if I
Right.
was Maori guy?
Yeah. And it was funny
I'm
because
telling you like it is. I'm telling you like it is. And when these guys, they lock in on somebody, a cop, they don't even hear sense, common sense.
Nope.
They just they have a target and they got to get you. They lose their minds.
They
That's
hear
exactly
it and they
what they
dismiss
do.
it with one of my most despised things. Besides the here's the deal. The one that bothers me a lot is like when you tell them, hey, and this is the law, and you're supposed to uphold the law, and I'm not breaking the law, right? Yeah, and that's fine, but let me just dismiss all the fucking reason that you just explained, and that's fine, but and they go on with their own shit.
They messed up so much. Like they even said it. Oh yeah, we don't mind if you film, but we want to know your name. Then they started leaning to that. They wanted to know my name, and they wanted to know my name.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then the lieutenant tells me when I was in the interrogation room, the lieutenant goes to me, man. If you would have just knocked here and been like, hey man, I need some money, and I looked at him and I'm like, dude, you really think I need money, bro? Like if you only knew who I was, like you really think I need money, bro? Like you think I was filming for money?
Exactly. Then I'm correct. I'm spot on. And they listen. They were not letting. They would completely violate your rights. They're so locked onto you that they don't. They hear nothing. They're not rational. They just gotta have you. And they're upset. And they didn't care about violating your rights. They didn't care about nothing. Look at them.
After he said that, I guess they ran my name and all that. They saw that I was a homeowner, and they come in. They're like, hey, you own a house? And I looked at him and I go, what do you think? So you should have seen his face.
You guys put your hands on me already.
See that?
Wait, hold on. This is after they already.
There we
go. Fucked up.
Right, sir.
Don't cover your back. Don't cover that. Don't cover that.
You have a seat now. Because now you're going to be detained, okay?
Detained for what? No. Detained for what? Detained for what?
You see, I wasn't letting him do it.
901.151. What's your reasonable suspicion?
Pending investigation.
Pending investigation.
He already knows what he's going to put on the paperwork to cover his ass, which he
to tell me for what? I'm not resisting. What is this for? No, be careful with my phone. You know that's another charge if you guys take that.
Take a seat, sir.
If you guys take that, I haven't done anything to you guys. I'm just filming. This is gonna. All right, you guys. What's your 901?
Thank you, bro. Thank you for the immeasurable control. Thank you for not giving them a resisting with violence charge. Thank you for not knocking them the fuck out like I feel like doing.
Everybody tells me that. Everybody's like, I wish I could read through the camera.
You can't win if you do that. That's.
Thank you for letting them be the bad guys by themselves. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always let them shit on themselves.
Yep. He has great composure.
Yeah.
Filming? This is a protected activity.
Due to the circumstances going on.
You guys put your hands on me already.
What circumstances?
Right? Oh, okay. No problem. You're detaining me for what? For what?
I just told you why.
But you have no business touching me. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. What's the size of your penis? What's the size of your penis? That's my personal stuff. That's my personal stuff. I'm not giving you that. You're not getting that. You're not getting that. If I committed a crime, I will honestly give it to you. It's that 901.151 states that the only way I could give you my ID is if I committed a crime. So what's your RAS that I committed?
I'm trying to identify you, sir.
You have no business to. I haven't done anything wrong. You're not gonna get that. I don't know what you're gonna do. I'm gonna keep filming. You're not gonna get that.
Due to your suspicious activity.
Filming?
Detained for Pearl Harbor.
I can film police.
You're right.
Listen, Smith versus Cummings. Okay, case law Smith versus Cummings allows me to film government officials. Okay,
Not a government building.
it doesn't matter. It's funded by the
government building
it's
too.
funded, but you didn't get anything. You didn't get anything.
He starts telling me, I got you. I'm like, you didn't get anything.
Is that a public parking lot? Can anybody drive in there? Can anybody drive in there?
We're doing an investigation.
Okay.
In reference to the government building we're filming.
Okay.
So we are going to do that now.
Okay.
So we need your name to do so.
It's not gonna happen because I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't committed a
Let
crime.
me see the press card that you had.
The,
You have any information on this?
no,
Stupid idiot.
but this gives me the right to film. Okay, go to page 43, freedom of the press.
He opens
You
it.
should know that when you swear an oath to the Constitution. And
Well,
you
now
too, you're supposed to protect me, not try to violate me. And you're violating me right now. You're violating me right now because I haven't done anything wrong. I'm
For all the trolls out there, we know that there's a difference between the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Okay.
filming. That's it. And if you guys don't like it, and you guys feel threatened or anything, then you guys need to work somewhere else. Honestly, okay? Because you guys are the ones with the guns and badges and everything. I don't have anything on me. For what? For filming? For filming? You're okay. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. Of course I can.
That guy is so ignorant.
That's retarded,
That's a
bro.
good one. Remember the main.
And of course I can.
You're not allowed to film government.
Who funds that? You own that? You own that? Taxpayers, exactly. It doesn't matter. If I go buy a soda in right now and I pay taxes in the corner gas station, I'm a taxpayer, buddy. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? Exactly, I am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So just leave me alone. Let me go about my business.
Yeah, if people ever stop you and say, "Oh, you're not from this town, you don't pay taxes here,"
That's
I pay
bullshit.
taxes to the government that gives you money, so I pay taxes to you, no matter
Yeah,
where you live.
No, and
That's
if you buy something in their town, if you go to
Yeah.
Walgreens or anywhere and you
Yeah.
buy
You pay
something in
sales
their
tax.
town and you pay, yeah, exactly, you're a taxpayer there. That's it. That's all
Yeah.
they need to know. And a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, that's why I had to stop and clarify that, because a lot of people try, especially cops, they're like, "Oh yeah, well, do you even live here in this town?" I live in America. I'm an American.
Yep. I pay taxes.
America.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
America.
I would tell him I just bought a box of rubbers that I used on your wife.
Okay.
The reason
All
why
right.
you're being detained
Okay.
is due to the circumstances
What am I-
going on in our country today.
Okay. And due to the circumstances today, that's why I film everything. And I was just filming the station. It's listen, give me a supervisor right now. I'm done talking to you. Hi, supervisor, how are you? Sorry, Sergeant, what's your name?
And this guy is Sergeant Useless.
He's just as dumb.
Sergeant just as dumb.
Yeah.
Look at this dude.
It was dumb, dumber, and dumbest.
TV 813, man. He's been on one of our episodes. And thanks. I want to have you back. Do it better next time, bro. Come back, please.
Okay, Dennis Fernandez. Oh no, I didn't give that. I was just filming the station. Yeah, but you're on duty, officer. You know that. I'm not.
And he's got his Police Benevolent
Yeah.
Association mask
Yeah,
on.
PBA mask.
That's a black and white flag. That's not the American flag.
That's not even the American flag.
That's
No,
the
it's a
flag
blue
of the
flag.
police state, folks. That's something that they want to darken our beautiful, glorious. You know that there are specific colors for the American flag. Did you guys know that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that.
When you look at the American flag, that red is a special kind of red, and that
Yes.
blue is a special kind of blue. And they're called, if you go to a paint shop, Glidden or Bear or whatever, you ask them, "I want Old Glory red and Old Glory blue," and they'll give you the exact color down to the hue
Nice.
for our American flag. And
Nice.
it's nothing like this crap that this fool has on his face.
Look at that, bro.
It's
Any
it just
alteration
gets me in the
to the
gut.
flag
It makes me
is
so
hard.
sad that people want to divide us with that shit, and people in authority want to divide us, and then they want to get other people on board to fight their battle. That while they sit back and they claim that they're heroes, but then they act like the weak victim that is in fear for their life every second they talk
Bro,
to them.
they're scared of their own shadow, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
they want to claim the victim and they want to be the hero at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And they act like neither, you know.
Yep.
Anybody serving in the military will tell you any alteration to that flag is wrong. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to make any alterations to the American flag.
No, but you see a lot of veterans flying it, you know.
I know.
And they just don't understand that what they're doing is
You're desecrating the
supporting-
flag. Yeah.
They
not
think they're above the
desecrating
law.
flag, but you're supporting a police state, which is what that is involving. It is really making it a police state where people are either in fear or in extreme reverence of these guys, not critical at all, because that's wrong.
Yeah, obey. And remember, the way they communicate to each other is with that flag, with the decals and stuff when they're off duty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Listen, you're being cordial. I'll mess with you. I'm not talking to these guys no more. Huh?
Can you give me your first name?
Just call me good citizen. That's all. Okay, look, I was just filming it's a cool building. I was filming it. That's all I was doing. They came out, they spoke to me. I told them I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just filming. You see it right now. And that's it. They started following me down the block. They grabbed me. They put me on the floor. It's all on video. Don't lie. I'm also listening. He took a picture of me. I'm going to FOIA that. If he erases that, that's a crime. You know that. I'm going to also FOIA that body cam right there. Okay, because I want to know what was said. Okay, and all I'm asking for, let me go. I'm already done filming what I needed. That's it.
Okay. What building exactly are you filming?
The municipal building, the government building. Yeah, and it's by tax dollars, right? They're funded by us, by we the people. Yeah, that's it. I was just filming around the building. Then you have some cool stuff, like I said, PD in the front. I filmed that, and then I walked around just the parking lot. Because I said, oh, there's some cop cars, there's some regular cars. So I just filmed it really quick, which I'm allowed to. Smith versus Cummings allows me, in state law, allows me to film my government officials. You should know.
You know it's coming, right? I used to say Cummings also. Like,
oh, yeah?
E. Cummings, but it's the city of Cummings.
Yes, yeah, in Georgia. In Georgia.
Yeah, but there's no S at the end. I used to think there was an S at the end, too. Somebody in the comments corrected me. They're like, I'm from Cummings, Georgia. Respect on my name.
That's something serious. It's case law. Okay, there you go.
And it's been cited in over 130 cases since then.
There
I have
you
a jeopardized thing. I'm using that in my defense. So
you got it out of me. It's case law. You understand? So I'm allowed to. Okay, and these two don't understand that. They started following me. So okay,
these two are officers.
The fact that you in conversation are you talking about the case law, you can film the municipal building.
Yes.
Listen to this.
You're absolutely right. And you have no issue with that.
There you go.
However,
today's a little different day.
Okay.
Why?
Today there's no rights. Today there's no rights.
From a Homeland Security Bureau, okay?
Homeland Security, recent events.
Threats being made to police stations
Okay.
and municipal offices.
Do you have like a call number or anything for that?
Or any reasonable articulable
You see?
suspicion to say that I had done that or been involved in that.
Exactly.
I want to review it. I want to review it.
That's the reason why you're being detained.
Okay, but I didn't do that. They asked me. Everything's on camera, dude. I'm not gonna lie. You think I'm gonna go over there on camera and do something? Really? Come on, man. We're talking cool now. Come on, for real. There you go. There you go.
I love that about you, man. I love how you always like try to reset it. I try to do that, man. I try to say, hey, look, let's just be human beings. Let's stop saying the canned answers to each other. Let's stop talking about it in a script or in a tape that we have in our head. And like just for real for a second, human being to human being. Forget all this stuff that you've been taught and everything. What seems reasonable? Do you think it's okay for you to walk 100 yards and tell me not to record you when I wasn't even looking at you?
Yeah, bro. It's like forget that you're wearing a badge. Forget that I'm filming. We're talking now, just man to man. That's what I meant, you know.
But you are superb at that, man. I commend you for it.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thank you.
There you go.
However, I am addressing the fact that, because you asked me, then these two stopped me.
Yeah.
And I'm explaining to you as a supervisor why they stopped me.
No, and I agree, and I just told you they did. I answered them. I'm just filming.
You should have dispelled their fears.
Yeah, that's it.
They started following me, grabbed me, and detained me on the floor, which my lawyer will hear about that, and this video will probably go viral because I am live right now on YouTube. So I'm just letting you know.
Okay, so Mr. Citizen.
Thank you, officer. Thank you. I don't need to. Under 901.151, only if I'm suspected of a crime or about to commit a crime or have committed a crime. You know that I'm supposed to ID. And
do not shush a Cuban ever.
No, and people are saying, "Oh, you talk too much." There's a reason why I was talking, and for those of you that keep telling me that, you're gonna see when this case is over why I was talking and why I was saying everything I was saying. Just trust me on this.
Bro, I talk so much.
You're memorializing it. Memorializing it.
The more I was telling them case law, the more I was telling them, the more it's gonna help my case. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you're memorializing
as opposed to just being like this, quiet. Just no, bro. You gotta tell them.
You're citing case law, and you're memorializing everything, just like you're walking a jury through it.
Yep. I'm talking to them like they were my kids. Hey, I'm just filming. It's legal. I mean, how else could I have done it? Like, how else?
Yeah.
You know?
Don't change a thing.
So let me put this back on so we can see.
And I didn't. I was just filming, which is a protected activity.
I understand.
Thank you.
I understand.
You see?
But I'm explaining to you now the reason you're being detained.
Okay.
You're being detained because we're gonna now have to conduct an investigation. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you reporting the building, reporting the
He's
parking
fucking
lot,
whispering.
the vehicles, absolutely okay. Okay, so let's be clear on that.
Is that right? So what am I detained
But
for?
you're being detained because based on the information that we got from our Homeland Security Bureau
Okay.
of people making active threats and reporting in.
That's not me.
I understand, but I don't know who you are.
Because I just asked you. You don't need to know my name for that.
You don't need to know my name for that, bro.
How are we supposed to know that, right? How are you supposed to assume that it is me? Like, the burden of proof is on you, not on me to prove my innocence.
Exactly.
But you don't need to know that. All you need to know is that I'm a good citizen, I'm a taxpayer, and that's it.
There you go.
Because you don't need to know that, though. You don't. So let me ask you something. So if somebody walks by right there, right now, you're just gonna go up to them. Hey, come here. Let me talk to you real quick. You walk by the police station, so we need to know who you are.
Beautiful, man. I say that so many times in my head when I watch other audits. I'm like, tell them that. Tell them, look, what if it was just somebody else walking down the street conducting lawful activities? You're gonna pull them over? No, stop. Don't stop me. Don't stop them. Don't stop anybody who you haven't seen commit a crime.
But it doesn't matter. Filming is protected. It's like if I'm walking and talking. Talking is protected, right? Right? So is filming. So is filming. Okay. Okay.
Based on the intelligence that we have, that's why you're being detained.
Yeah, I don't have rights. You don't have rights.
Have been spoken right there. Let's hear that again. That was perfect. Thank you, Dennis Fernandez.
Come here, let me talk to you real quick. You walk by the police station, so we need to know who you are.
Listen.
But it doesn't matter. Filming is protected. It's like if I'm walking and talking. Talking is protected, right?
Listen.
Right? So is filming. So is filming. Okay.
Based on the intelligence that we have, that does not exist, you're being detained. And I don't mean intelligence as a paper that came by with like your description that doesn't exist. The intelligence quotient in our brains collectively does not exist.
I get it.
Okay. Well, okay. And remember, you guys only have 30 minutes to detain me. I've been detained now for 5 minutes. 30 minutes. Oh no, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
So right now you're reasonably being detained.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay.
He's trying to convince himself.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing is illegal, but he just cannot let go. He's already committed. He cannot let go. He knows what he's doing completely is wrong. 100%.
That's why when I started doing this, I was like, yeah, I'll go all over the place. I'll go to Alabama, I'll go to Georgia, whatever. But Miami, this is a whole different animal down there.
Miami's, this is serious. You guys don't know how Miami is. I'm serious.
It's not just the cops, it's the entire government. They're just it's a banana republic, man. It's
and here's the worst part. And these are the first, second, and generation Cuban Americans whose family fled that type of government and that type of police state. And now they get here.
Cuban Americans. You have the melting pot of the Americas. There's Brazilians, Argentines, Puerto Ricans,
everything.
Nicaraguans, Hondurans, Dominicans, everybody there. And everybody in this bustling megalopolis is trying to impress you with a fucking story on Miami Beach or trying to make a quick buck in the hood, and it's cutthroat. It's just like New York. You got to be on your toes like a little person at a urinal.
Big time, big time.
Yeah,
it's a lot in New York. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a booming thing. I mean, and everybody knows everybody. To get a job there, you got to know somebody to get a job in the city there.
Yeah,
got to.
Miami is where all the Florida lefties live. He's being sarcastic. He's trolling the room because he knows that Florida is a red state just because of Miami. Yeah, Cuban Americans have a big like.
Influence.
Well, I'm speaking generally. Have a big support for the right, and that's because it goes back generations. It goes back to the Bay of Pigs invasion when Kennedy pretty much said, "Oh, I can't start a nuclear war for you guys. Sorry, I'm gonna leave you high and dry." And the 2506 Brigade was launching their attack with Manuel Artime, and they were left high and dry. And I lived right by the Manuel Artime Theater. You know where that is, right?
That right up on 8th Street?
9th Avenue and 4th Street. Yeah.
Oh, 4th Street. Okay. Now I got mixed up with another. Okay, I thought it was another theater that's on 8th Street. I'm sorry.
It's on Flagler. That's on Flagler. Oh, you're talking about the one. Yeah, Miami is a place that is rich with history. When you walk to Miami, every spot had a movie film there or something. You know, like where the bad boys have the shootout. Like downtown,
like there by Brickell,
Yeah.
that area. There's a Stardust Motel there, and you see it right there in the movie.
I was gonna go get my ex-girlfriend's car.
Scarface movie, remember?
Oh yeah, right, that's filmed right there on Ocean.
That's on Miami Beach, on Ocean Drive, right there on Ocean Drive, when they escaped the chainsaw and all that.
Yes. That hotel is still there.
And Chichi and Manolo were looking at the girl.
Chichi, get the yayo.
Chichi, get the yayo. It was not her.
Yeah, man.
I love Chichi, man. He's like, hey, you got a job, man.
Yeah, he's all excited. He's all excited. Hey, he's gonna make all this money.
That scene was ad-lib, man.
Yeah,
you know that they said that
a lot of. You know, that's what made those good actors like that, because they were ad-libbing actors, like Chevy Chase and Bill Murray ad-libbed their whole thing in Caddyshack. You know,
they're great.
They hated each other's guts. That's why they were like, "Oh yeah, you got a pool and a pond. The pond will be good for you."
Nice.
But no, man, Miami is just so corrupt down there. These guys,
it's bad.
They have, like, I had to go down there for a 30-year audit that I had played over in my head for the last 30 years. You know, and that was one of my first videos that I did, and there's a lot of progress. Thank you and Raggle Monkey for going back for a proper revisit, making sure that they had everything. That was awesome how you guys went back to that my old precinct for my old hood.
There you go.
Flagler.
Yeah, Beacon Boulevard.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's keep watching this. Let me put it back up.
That's fine. Well, what do you need from me?
Give me 1 second, and I'll get with you.
Okay, no
He
problem.
goes to look at his book now in the car. He tries to find a charge to put
No. I don't want to talk to you now. You detain me for no reason. You put your hands on me. I don't got nothing to do with you, man. I'm doing a perfectly legal activity, man. So I got nothing to say to you, and I got nothing to say to you, and I'll get that footage. You're gonna see, and I'm gonna get that phone. I'm gonna go through your phone now, because that's public record, and I'm gonna know everything you did today on that phone. All right, I don't think you know who you're messing with here, bro. Don't let the looks fool you. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you. All you guys have to do, I'm not telling you how to do your job. Hey, you're filming? All right, cool. Everything okay? Yeah, no problem. And wait until I commit a crime or I do something that's a real crime, not just filming. You guys are scared of a camera? Really? You guys are off it. You guys have guns, badges, mace, everything you guys have. And you guys are scared of a camera?
Well, and that's his Chrysler 300 undercover?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably seized.
or whatever you carry, tasers, exactly. And I didn't do anything. I treated you guys with respect at first, and all I told you was I was doing a legal activity. That's it. You guys just got mad because I'm filming and because I didn't give you my name. I don't have to give you my name.
Exactly.
Yeah, you detained me right now. You started following me for what? Because I'm filming?
No,
Come on, man.
the supervisor just explained why.
Oh, because this day and age, I get it. That there was bomb threats or whatever you said. That's not me. First of all, I'm not gonna come over here and film that. Okay, so all you need to do is turn around and get back to work. Period.
Thank you, Snapface. This is a clear example of criminalizing a constitutionally protected act.
Yep.
They're saying, "Oh, it's our Homeland Security Bureau." They said that you having a camera, which is what they identified as the only problem. They didn't have a problem with you stepping onto anything. They didn't say anything. It was you recording.
Yeah.
What we're saying is that there is credible threats now.
They just can't.
I understand, and that's why this day and age I film everything.
Absolutely.
So that way you guys can't make stuff up against me. All I did was film. That's it. What I'm doing right now, just filming.
You bodied them with that one. That's right. In this day and age, that's why I film everything, so you can't make shit up, buddy.
There you go.
I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else. I speak for myself.
Okay.
Period.
So 317 Southwest, Avenue, South Canal Drive.
All I want to do is I got my little video that I wanted of the police station and the cool little things you had in the front. That's it. I didn't even go inside. I stayed outside in the public area because it's public. Anybody can go over there. You understand? So what you guys are doing right now is like if I'm walking down the
Can I find a highlight point?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, do you have anything that you could tell?
Go to when the lieutenant comes out, when they come out of the car.
Right here?
Right, a little before that, yeah. A little before, right around there, right there.
something wrong.
No. Deter means before it happens.
So I look like I'm gonna do something wrong just by filming?
Listen to how ignorant the lieutenant is.
I'll give you my ID if you go get everybody's ID that's out there right now in the parking lot.
Did he just
All right, then.
describe pre-crime? We have to determine it before it happens.
Yeah.
It's like that movie. What was it with Tom Cruise?
Yeah. People, help us out in the chat. What was the Tom Cruise movie?
Which one? That is it Mission Impossible?
No, where he knows you're going to commit the crime before you do it.
Pre-crime cop.
Pre-crime movie.
Oh.
Come on, chat.
Come on, somebody helps us. Somebody help us.
Minority Report. Ben Weiser, 22 wins the prize.
Ben Weiser, 22. Minority Report. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I love the internet.
All right.
That's all we're doing.
When they brought that cop car, I already knew I was gonna go in.
Yeah, that's your transport vehicle. Yep. Thank
That's
you.
why I say it there. I'm like, I don't want nothing to come back to me in court. I say it there when they're reading me the rights. I already knew.
Okay, name it.
And this guy, David Bennett, just said, respect, brother. Thank you for your service, but I pay it forward right here to J Surreal Camera.
Oh,
You saw
thank
that
you, man.
shit? You were taking a ride. You took a ride for all of our freedoms. And we all, man, people, type 1 if you respect and admire J Surreal Camera for standing up for us. I'm going to type 1.
Thanks.
There we go.
I wasn't gonna back down, bro. Like they knew it. I wasn't backing down.
I got to figure out.
And now you have to. Now you have to because you're out on bond, and we don't want you to go to jail for a year and a half with no bond, and then be out of the game. So they know it. They know it.
Yeah, that's why I've been a little held back. You know, I feel like I have a leash on right now. So just wait until it's over.
I don't know if you could see all the ones, but they just slammed us.
Oh, I can't see anything. I can't see any of the comments.
Just so you understand, in Cubanics, una pila de ones.
Oh shit! Nice, thank you.
Awesome.
All right, that is
okay.
Prior to our conversation,
Okay.
I identify myself with you.
If let me really quick. If under threat of arrest, I'll give you my ID. I just want to put it out there so you don't think I'm not giving you my ID. I will give it if I committed a crime or under threat of arrest.
I'm asking you,
Okay.
Officers ask you
Okay.
for your
And I told them I would if I committed a crime.
See,
If I
now they're
committed a
just
crime.
talking about the ID.
Okay.
Now that's their thing.
So yeah, he just wants your ID now. It's just
Yeah.
a fix that they have.
Yeah.
There's something that they just like have to
They
have.
can't.
That.
They're chasing a dragon. They can't.
Yeah.
I'm Homeland Security Bureau.
Okay.
Okay, you understand that?
I understand.
I'm asking you to give me your ID.
Under
You
threat
see?
of arrest, if I don't give it to you, you're gonna arrest me. Is that what you're telling me?
Look, another thing about
Okay.
body language
Criminal intelligence that we
That's
receive from our own
right here. Look what he's doing. This is a thing that I see. I grew up down there, and when people are losing an argument and they're trying to supplicate with you, like, please buy my bullshit. Please buy my bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
He's begging. He's begging.
And he's like, it's wow.
Right?
Watch.
Security Bureau.
Okay.
Okay, you understand that?
I understand.
I'm asking you to give me
Desperate.
your ID.
Under threat of arrest, if I don't give it to you, you're gonna arrest me. Is that what you're telling me?
What I'm telling you is that if you don't have your ID, you're not gonna give me your ID to know exactly who you are.
You'll arrest me.
I'm asking you.
No. I'm asking you. If I don't give you my ID, you're gonna arrest me, right?
I can identify myself. Do you?
But you're on duty. I'm not.
You can identify yourself to me.
You contacted me, right? You came up to me and spoke to me. So by your policy, you have to identify, hey, I'm Officer Sergeant whatever, this is my name, we're here because of this, right? I don't have to do that unless I committed a crime.
Okay.
You know that.
Can I explain to you? Okay, under the
He knows it.
that we have received from a Homeland Security Bureau, based on the
Goes
threats
back
that
to
we
that.
have been receiving to our police stations,
Okay.
okay, our police property, okay, you failed to dispel our alarms, okay, of you being out inside our property.
So
Okay.
you could just tell.
Your alarms don't trump my rights.
Yep. And they never told me to leave, or like they never told me, oh, get out of here or nothing. They just were like, oh yeah, go, you can leave if you want.
I'm
Like,
sorry,
they never,
my mic is muted, but I said, like, right when I paused it, did you guys hear that load of shit? This guy just like said, like, based on the threats that we have received,
you
that's it.
dispelled.
We're taking your freedom, sir.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
off of the
You
street.
don't even
You're
believe.
going to
You don't
jail.
even believe that.
You're going to jail in one of the worst jails. Did you go to TGK or downtown?
TGK, they don't take you downtown no more.
Ah, okay. Well, thank
But
God.
they took me. They took me in the middle of a virus. They take me to jail on some bullcrap in the middle of a virus.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You know. All right.
Tell me to leave then. Nobody told me to leave.
By the way, my name is Lieutenant.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you? Hi. How are you? How are you? Huh? I didn't give it. I haven't committed a crime. I can.
I'm gonna read you Miranda. Okay.
I will give my ID on the threat of arrest. That's all.
That triggered him. He was
Yeah.
like, he doesn't want to give me his name. Go ahead, take his
Yeah.
freedom. Take
He
his
gets-
freedom. And then
I
here's
even-
the little okay sign. Okay,
I
you're
even-
going to jail.
I even tell him, I'm like, why are you so mad? Watch.
Okay.
We're gonna answer after I tell you. Now you can answer. You understand?
I'm not answering anything. I'm pleading the Fifth Amendment. No,
And you do not have to talk
I'm not
to me
doing
when you
anything.
do not wish
I'm
to
not
do
doing
so.
anything. Under threat of arrest, I will give you guys my ID. I'm saying it.
Do you understand that right?
Again, bro, you handled yourself perfectly here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, excellent. The way that like, I'm not answering.
I'm not listening to that because I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay, but listen to your rights. Listen to it. He's reading you your rights.
Okay, I haven't done anything wrong.
But just be quiet for a second and listen to the rights.
Okay.
Okay? So it's clear that we read you your rights.
I
and that you
understand.
understand.
But why are
your
you
rights.
so mad?
I'm not mad.
That you are. Look how
No,
you're
not at
screaming
all.
at me when I'm just filming like I was telling him. That's it.
He was totally talking like that.
But I don't want to
Yeah,
listen
bro.
or acknowledge anything because I don't want this to come back to me in court. So I'm not listening or anything. I'm saying it one last time. I will give you guys my ID under threat of arrest. That's it.
Just be quiet for a moment.
You have the right to remain silent, and you do not have to talk to me if you do not wish to do so. You do not have to answer any of my questions.
This guy. It's like he's never done it before.
Yo.
Wow.
This looks like a training video. This honestly looks like a training video.
One time, I don't make fun of people for having an accent or anything. You know, if they can speak multiple languages, that's awesome, man. You know, but if you're a flight attendant on a plane and you're explaining like the procedures of like how to escape a burning aircraft or whatever, or Mirandizing someone, I think you should practice before you go to work. Maybe in the mirror, just practice it once or twice. At least.
That's what they used
Don't
to
read
do
it for the first
you
time
went
on
through
YouTube for everybody to see that you've never read this before in your life.
For real.
This guy,
they used to make you stand up. They used to make you do it in front of the mirror, like in class. I remember stuff like that. You know, it's crazy because it looks like they look like three like let's play police for a day explorers.
Yeah, like they've never had training.
Like they have no training.
I'm not answering anything.
Should you talk to me, anything which you say may be introduced into evidence in court against you. Do you understand?
I'm not answering anything.
Oh, bro.
I will give you guys my ID under threat of arrest. And if I'm not detained anymore, please, I want to go free.
But if you want a lawyer to be present during questioning at this time or any time hereafter, you're entitled to have a lawyer present. Do you understand that right?
I'm not.
Did you guys ever see Joe Dirt?
Yeah.
You remember when Kid Rock was reading that letter from Mandy? And Joe doesn't want to be with you no more. Like, the poor kid can't read, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know why I pulled you over? Yeah, because you got straight D's in high school, guy. That guy's pathetic.
Big time.
When I was talking earlier in a training video, you would get students and have role players come in, and you would just sit back and watch these students, and you wouldn't make any on the spot corrections. But then, like, as they progress, you would say, okay, you don't have any reasonable suspicion, so you can't get this gentleman's ID. So let's keep going. You walk them through it and you teach them. That's what I'm saying. It looks like a training video that they let these three guys play, junior deputy for a day, and they're like friggin'. They have no. It's like they have no. And this guy's a lieutenant. Another guy's a plainclothes detective, and he can't even. One guy can't even. He's murdering the English language.
Right.
That's why I kept telling them the things I told them, because I knew that I knew they were gonna sink. I know in court it's gonna come back to them. You're gonna see.
Well, you have to take off, OGI?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna head out. So.
Well, thank you again for sharing your story.
Right, OGI. Later, man.
Like, you guys saw what lamestream media can do and how they protect themselves and their careers, and you see the truth here on Bang, Bolt Action News.
Bang.
Thank you, OGI.
Later, man.
See you later, brother.
Bang.
There you go. Black Rifle. There you go. And you remember what I was saying at the beginning? This could be this is the video that would reach over, a breakthrough video to the mom and pop sitting in Iowa watching, that always think the police are right. They always think the police, no matter what happens, that the police never do wrong. But for them to watch a video like this and say, wait a second, this is America?
No, this is robotic automatons, to be redundant. They're just reading
straight out of the Russian and the Cuban police.
They're just trying to take someone's freedom away. They don't care what's happening after he gets transported to jail. They just got their money. They got another number in the books.
Yeah,
and they don't care about what happened to Jay. Jay, thank you. Again, we care about what happened.
Hey, I always say a good.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
A good officer is not one that makes an arrest. A good officer is one that protects our rights. Like some officers think that just because they make an arrest, oh, cool, I'm the number one officer. That's not what you swore an oath to. You swore an oath to protect us. There's a difference.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I saw a good officer the other day. Somebody shared with me he spoke out against his department and he's being sued. You saw that one where he was saying I was the best officer in my unit because I didn't like just wait up on stuff on bullshit. So I actually went and fought crime and I ended up fighting more criminals that way by doing my job correctly.
There you go.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was being ostracized by his chief.
Sure, you all, of course. You're not going to make any friends.
Right.
Answering that. I'm not answering anything. I haven't done anything wrong.
Pay for a lawyer. One will be provided to you at no cost.
Okay.
If you want one. Do you understand
I'm
that?
not
right?
answering anything.
Good for you.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Are you now willing to answer my questions without having a lawyer present?
I'm not answering anything. I haven't done anything wrong. And that's it. I want to go. That's it. This is enough. I haven't done anything wrong.
Excellent.
You know, guys don't need my ID. I was just filming outside of the public place. Anything that my eyes can see, I can film. You should know that. You should know that. Come on. Maybe not them, but you guys, come on, man. I haven't done anything wrong. I didn't touch a car. I didn't.
Like Rob tells me, you're giving them the opportunity right there to know that they're where they could shine. Look, I'm telling you, reasonable. Right there, you gave them an easy way where they could be like, okay, sir, but just, don't step over here anymore.
There you
They
go.
could have said that and saved face, but they decided to take your liberty, bro.
Yep.
No, they couldn't.
Cool build.
How, Rob?
They couldn't let go. You could look at them. They went at this point. They've already crossed the Rubicon. They've went too far. They know they got to find a way, no matter what, to justify this illegal arrest, and they know it.
Yeah, and if I'm not gonna rewind it back to here, but when he told them, "Look, I'll leave. Bye," they just followed him. Look from here, from 10 minutes.
They already
all the way to
man.
To for 20 minutes they followed him. Look at this. For 20 minutes they followed him.
They knew they were going to arrest him way at the halfway through before they got there.
And he's being generous when he tells them after 20 minutes of them following him that he's only been detained for 5 minutes.
They are praying to God. They were praying to God that he would run away from them. That's what they were praying to God for, because that would have gave them a green light to pounce on him.
Yeah.
Stuff in front of it, and then I went, oh, look at these cop cars are cool with all these unmarked cars. I was like, oh, cool, and I just filmed it. That's it. I told them what I was doing. I didn't do anything wrong, guys. I really didn't. They detained me, they grabbed me, they put me on the floor for no reason. They had no business touching me. I haven't done anything wrong. That's it. I will give you guys my ID under threat of arrest. I'm not saying I'm not giving my ID. I will give it under threat of arrest, or if I committed a crime. If you guys go right now,
look at their faces. They're like a deer in the headlights.
But I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Look at their faces. They're like they don't even know what to say.
They're learning, but they hate it.
Exactly.
What they're learning right now is not only they completely underestimated you.
Yep.
And you completely knocked them back on their heels. It's like basically they're dealing with you're an extraterrestrial right now to them. They can't.
They don't know what to do. Exactly.
This is why I film. That's all,
But unfortunately,
here we go.
You have failed to dispel our suspicion for your reason for your whereabouts and your reason for being in the area. Coupled with the fact that you have refused to identify it.
No, I didn't refuse.
No, you have.
No, I said under threat of arrest.
They're telling me that I refused. Look at them.
So if I give you my...
It's just, you see the body language of
they're
bullies
upset.
that don't get their way. Bullies that want to have their way.
Yes.
Hey,
they're like, no, you didn't. You didn't ID. You didn't. And I'm like, yo, I told you I will give it to you if I did a crime. No, you didn't. You didn't. Look at their body language. It's crazy.
They're even trying to convince themselves, bro.
Hey, Caroline and Fort Worth, I know you were recently roped. Please come and tell your story on our channel. Open invitation anytime you feel comfortable enough to talk about it or whenever you can. And I'm glad you're free. And thank you for what you do. Thank you for taking one for all of us. We really appreciate you. We were just saying that to Jay.
Nice.
We all appreciate you taking a ride for our freedom. And that's what it is. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't let them convince you or gaslight you like that. We all got your back, CFW. Thank you.
Yeah, CFW.
Here.
And all right, let's watch this.
ID, everything will be good. But I don't. What did I do wrong? What crime did I commit, though? But what crime did I commit? No. You guys gotta. No. Hey, that's my fault. Don't do that.
Look at that. Look at that. They just right there attacked.
Yep. Yep.
Loitering and prodding. I'm filming. That's not loitering.
Carolina.
You heard me? I was like, oh, because I was like, oh, these people just fucked up.
The grammar police. You spelled
Wow.
your wrong. You did your as in the possessive, not the conjunction. You are. But we love you.
Wow.
Look at this.
I told you. No. I told you I would get it if you're trying to arrest me. I did something wrong. My ID is right there. That's what you guys want. All right.
And how much do we hear here? They
put me in the. You just see it facing the sky. They just put me in the cop car.
Yeah.
It was funny. They did it so fast. Like they wanted me out of there already. It was. You should have seen it. Like they put me in and drove away fast. It was crazy.
Here, move your camera a little bit there.
Yeah. Oh, look at my shirt.
Oh yeah.
Flag of tyranny.
The James Freeman line.
Yeah, I got it from his channel.
Nice.
Let me fix this.
I'm gonna come up with merch soon.
Nice.
So am I.
Yeah, I like your logo back there. That looks cool.
Yeah, that logo's awesome.
Let's get a good look at that. Hold on.
Who drew that up?
I had an artist draw it up right down by you actually.
Nice.
And yeah, he drew it up. I mean, it's like he completely, went inside my brain and pulled it out.
Nice.
This is
For everybody who doesn't know that, why Rob doesn't jump up and get out of the way.
Yeah,
Rob suffered a spinal injury, and
and I don't want to, a freaking one of those. What was that guy that? What was that guy that stood up and he was exposing himself? What was the name of that show? Who was the guy that was just doing that? And they called him Jeffrey Toobin.
I don't know who that is.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh shit! They were doing a big thing like this, and this guy Jeffrey Toobin, he's like a Supreme Court lawyer, and he stood up for something, and his Johnson was hanging out on the fucking on CNN.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, he was doing the interview, but he had boxer shorts on, right?
Wow.
So
Okay.
I guess he got up and his schlong was hanging out. It was on CNN or some shit.
Wow.
It happened a little while ago. I was just
That's
laughing.
nuts. No, I actually see that on your channel. You keep up with a lot of the current events and stuff, and you have good commentary. Like before I knew anything about this whole military uniforms thing, Rob Farlow, aka the Stone Sailor, he was pointing out how any one of those women, pregnant or not, could whoop Tucker Carlson's ass, right?
Sure.
Agreed.
Sure. Not everybody. Listen, there are people that wear flight suits. First of all, that do maintenance on planes.
Yeah.
Women do maintenance on planes. They fuel planes. They do all that stuff. Not everybody that wears a flight suit in the military isn't a pilot.
And all that is a distraction. Just like today, we had the current president and the vice president talking about, violence against Asian Americans, which is an important topic and stuff. A full-blown press conference. I don't know, maybe putting out a statement. This was a mass shooting. I understand, but it's something that if people keep playing the race war, it's going to keep going. The gender politics and everything. That's why that kid did that. You know, that horrible tragedy. It's because that stuff keeps playing in his head. And if you don't bring it up, and then I'm not talking about turning a blind eye to actual oppression and systematic racism, which does exist, in my opinion, and what you can read in black and white. Not turning a blind eye to that, but at the same time, let's focus on making it better instead of pointing blame. Let's focus on solutions, you know? And what is the solution of that? It's education. We have to teach our generation after us that we're going to take good care of the earth for them, and they have to learn how to love all life and teach people, their kids, how to do that too. And so
man. Yep. I was just telling my son, he's just turned 10. I was already telling him, I'm going to start teaching you some things that you need to know about. So he's already, little by little, he's going to catch on to it.
For our progeny, as Leslie Sylvan always says.
Yeah, Leslie Sylvan, big shout out to her, man. She's awesome. I hope she's here.
She's awesome, man. She's awesome. But yeah, those pregnant flight suits, like I said, those girls signed up for the military. They volunteered. They gave up some rights, but being a mother wasn't one of them. And I knew women had babies, worked, put the, it was like, they're moms. They're friggin' wearing 3-4 different hats, and they're friggin', a sergeant, a lieutenant, and they're a mom. They have 2 kids, and all that stuff, And I've met some awesome women in the military. I like some of the things Tucker says. I don't like some of the things he says. This was just a very stupid thing to say. It was like, why pick this hill to die? Why, out of all the things that are going on, you're worried because he made a maternity?
Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about other stupid stuff like the royal family's problems, talking to Oprah about it. I didn't even know about that either.
Yeah.
And somebody was talking about it, and I was like, what is this all about? Like, what I know about is that in Myanmar, they have a coup d'etat that happened over a month ago, and they've killed over 24 people so far. And they're peaceful protesters that are met with violence when they're just giving out branches and flowers to their oppressive, illegitimate military coup. They had an elected leader. The military captured her and put her in some undisclosed location and has her on trial now. She was democratically elected. Man, it's horrible what's going on with her. The biggest tragedy in the world is in Yemen right now. There's over millions of people suffering, kids starving, and we're backing it all up, left and right. Republican and Democrat. We keep on letting people who we fundamentally disagree with do things that we fundamentally disagree with. We help them. Why? Why are our tax dollars going to that? Why can we not put that? You want to talk about homeless veterans? Let's make it a comfortable place for homeless veterans to go to, not some sloppy place like they're fucking fed up with already.
Yeah,
they've seen enough blood on the floor. They don't want to see that in the hospital where they're supposed to be getting treated. Come on, clean things up. It's just I've seen good and bad. I know, Rob, you get taken care of at your VA. But
yeah, I was lucky, like I said, with my spinal injury. The Tampa just happens to be a specialty, one of the 5 or 6 that we have in America for spinal injuries for vets. And when I had my little accident, it just happened that Tampa was one of them, and they have a spinal designated clinic, and
they have great places. There's Bay Pines out here. It's really good.
Yeah,
around the country, the VA is not really supported. For a long time in the last administration, there was nobody in charge of it. It was just a few people meeting at Mar-a-Lago talking about what they're going to do.
You also got to understand though too that with the VA, there's a lot of people. I know that there are some things that happens that are absolutely egregious because they're mismanaged, and what happens is
the Church $1.4 billion for COVID relief. The Catholic Church, tax exempt church, we gave them $1.4 billion, and we can't help our veterans.
Well, well, the Catholic Church, that's a whole nother
They're rid of the gold. Go to the Vatican. I've been there. You went to the Vatican too.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But it's definitely, man. We got. If everybody concentrates on their one little dent, make one little dent, whether it's auditing, whether it's doing FOIA records, whether it's whatever it is, just trying to make one little dent instead of trying to take everything in one bite. Because if you look at everything, it's overwhelming. I want to get my little piece. I want to fix my little town and homestead, my little town here. I want to, and if everybody concentrates on their one little space, right? Bam.
There you go.
You make a big change right there. You win the war by winning little battles. You got to win all the little battles.
Yeah. So I was just using the VA as an example. It's just that's one of those things. Like get on your local representative to help out with our local VA. And then honestly, the biggest problem is HR 1714, which is the demilitarization of our police. We got to turn back this fucking police state. We got to reverse it.
We need to end the war on drugs. It should not be a crime to put a drug into your body. Period.
And
if you're putting drug users in prison.
Prepare to come about.
You understand? And they don't belong in prison. And it costs $30,000 to $40,000 a year to keep them in prison. And most of the time in prison, now they get drugs anyway. Now, if you could get drugs in a prison and you're locked in 24 hours a day, how the hell are you going to keep drugs out of the country?
At what point do we admit that we lost the war on drugs? At what point do we admit that?
The 94 crime bill was a travesty.
Yep.
And it screwed up. It hurt generations of people, predominantly black. And from the war on drugs in 94, that was the beginning of the militarization of the police force. Then 9/11, and here you go now. The final straw, I believe, is the COVID. They're wrapping it all up with COVID with a bow top, with a little COVID bow.
Yeah, a COVID bow.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. And that's the complete now. It's because, every time that you have an interaction, it's like, well, current things going on. When is there not been something going on, Dickie? Since 1917, World War I, the Civil War, keep going. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like with me, with that, when they arrested me for filming, like how many cameras brought down 9/11? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Think, bro.
And that's it. It's all for profit. The criminal justice system, the prisons, they're all for profit. You remember those three stooges that you were actually, there was a couple more than that. You remember? I want you to take every one of their annual salaries and put it together. You got close to $1 million. You know that?
Of course.
Maybe even $1 million.
Yeah.
Probably there was a couple lieutenants in there that just between them.
That's what I'm saying. So, what do you got? 5? So figure they're all making 6 figures.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's $500,000 of salary right there just to deal with you who wasn't doing anything wrong.
You saw the one with Johnny 5-0 where those 2 cops walked up. He had their salaries up. It came out to $500,000, right?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
But $500,000. The guy
Johnny 5-0, he's awesome.
He can't even read off of a card. Basically English. The other ones look like bumbling idiots. And guess what? They're going to retire 10, 15 years from now making 7, 8, 9 G's a month in pension and benefits for the rest of their life. Maybe even 10 G's. Some of these guys, the high-ranking one. Could you imagine making that in retirement, 10 grand a month?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Nice.
That's crazy.
That's just getting up and breathing.
What do you do with that?
Just getting up and breathing.
Probably. That's what they
Yep.
And then they go get a job in the security department for Wackenhut and these other joints, and they become a supervisor there making 60, 70 on the top of their pension.
Yep. You're right.
It's a racket.
Mm-hmm.
It's a racket.
Yeah, here we go. Thank you, Elaine. Look at this. Look up this guy, Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe. is being held in Iran, and everyone is talking about the royals. It sickens me.
Wow.
What is he being held up for? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. But see, that's something I should, instead of wasting my time on that other stuff, I could have been learning about that, you know?
There you go.
And we could fix problems before they get worse, instead of when they appear, we were over here eating shit with stupid nonsense about what people eat and drink and what they wear, when we should have been looking at what bomb was set off somewhere by who.
Yeah.
You know? And
You're
it's
right
not that
about
we
that.
should be the world's policeman, but at the same time, we are causing a lot of these things with regime-changing wars.
Yeah.
So stopping all that is contacting your representatives, making sure you educate yourself on voting for the correct person to listen to you and make the right choices. That way you could re-elect them, and you don't have to worry about term limits. You know this person is doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You get them to do the right thing for you. Support HR 1714, demilitarizing our police, making a U-turn on police forces.
Yeah, it's got to get walked back. It's bankrupting us. The federal courts are bankrupted. They've over-federalized crimes. Things now that state have equivalent crimes for, that the federal government continues. Look at all these tasks. Everything's, it's all militarized. Counter-drug task force. Counter-terrorism task force.
The SWAT team should have all the best equipment, like up to date. And
they want a tank. They want 2 Abrams tanks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you don't have a police force, you have an occupying force, a militarized occupying force now. And that's exactly how they're doing it. Just like I did it in Iraq. We didn't care about the Iraqis' constitutional rights. Come here, give me your ID. Shut the fuck up. You understand what I mean? That's how they're treating us, because we're over there. We're a peacekeeping, thing in Iraq, a peacekeeping mission, right? So we're not worried about, friggin' their constitution or whatever. They didn't even have one then. But you know what I'm saying? That's how the police are acting here.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah. Very crazy.
Not good.
So also get your reps to stop regime changing wars. Get them to stop the war on drugs, because that's what's giving cartels. We lost it. We're giving cartels power.
And now what's going on the border with the cartels and the trafficking, all for drugs. If you legalize drugs, decriminalize it tomorrow, you completely take the power away from those cartels.
And
then you can concentrate on trafficking.
Also people.
Then you can concentrate on the human trafficking.
Yep.
100%. You
yeah,
stop.
the human trafficking is bad, bro.
It's horrible.
Yes. So.
Big time.
And that's the thing, is you could sell a drug once. A person, there's a girl, she turned 18 and she managed to escape, but in the years before she was 18, she talked about the thousands of people that had their way with her, and it was horrible. And
wow.
and yeah, it's that's the thing, that they make that money off of one person over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So we have to focus on that too. It's a horrible thing that they just wrenched all our guts thinking about, right?
Yeah.
Just now. But we can't stop talking about it. We need to shed light on that cockroach infested world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that happy note, I think we should
make
sign
our
off,
dent.
right?
Let's make our dent, though. Let's make our dent.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Hey, and another thing on that on your video, Jay, and by the way, they were a perfect example of a communist police force, or 3 junior deputy for a day. I'm going to work. Bring son to work day.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So that's a perfect video for that, but it's also a perfect training video for an auditor on how to maintain their composure.
Oh,
congratulations!
For real, man.
Congratulations,
bravissimo.
It's the best one I've seen yet. It's the best one I've seen yet, and that's the unicorn I was talking about. That little mom and pop in Indiana could watch and get behind your video.
Yeah.
If they know the law, they can get behind it.
We need you to understand that we're not just, trying to do this for money like the trolls will tell you and stuff.
Yeah.
We're all right. I don't need, money. If people donate, a really good guy, Matt. Thank you for donating that. Like I said, I'm going to pay it forward, put it to a good cause, because
Nice.
I've always said I do well by doing good, and I can't think of a better way to make a living. So
Okay.
I don't need the donation, but if you donate something to me, I'm going to put it towards a good cause. Maybe another auditor is going to get a $17.91 super chat, because that's the year that we enacted our Bill of Rights. So that's why I put that $17.91 in case you guys don't know. But again, thank you, Jay, for being here.
No problem.
Story.
Thank you, guys.
It's that time.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Rob,
guys.
and thanks to everybody in the chat. Stone
Yes,
Sailor,
everybody.
you're dismissed.
Later, guys.
See you later, guys.
All right.
Later. Thanks, everybody.